Our next guest turned a journey around the world into a story of adventure, self-discovery, and personal growth. Author and speaker Siim joins us to talk about her new book, Gallivant, and the lessons she learned along the way. Siim, welcome. Tell us, your book, Gallivant, is described as a travelogue memoir. What inspired you to write it, and how do you hope it inspires others?
So I wasn't inspired to write this book. I wrote it by accident. I was traveling and I had decided that I was going to keep a journal of my journey. And 23 years later, we have Gallivant. It was never intended to have been a book, but the lessons, the jokes, the fun was rediscovered in my kitchen, because it's actually a book of recipes. I collected recipes while I traveled, and I journaled, among the recipes. When I transcribed it, everything ended up in my kitchen on a shelf for 20 years. And then, a friend of mine, we were cooking, and he was looking at the recipes and flipping through the book, started laughing, and he's like, "Girl, you have to publish." And that's how it became Gallivant.
I love that. Now, you traveled without a set itinerary. How did you decide where to go?
So I did have an itinerary, in the sense that I bought a ticket from Jamaica to the UK and then a round the world ticket back to the UK. So I did have some stops, but at every stop that I made, I would connect with people. Sometimes I would connect with people like, ex schoolmates of mine. And other times I would just meet new people, and that would extend my journey into these other, strange and wonderful places nearby. And that was just how it unfolded very organically after that.
That's awesome. Of all the places and cultures you've experienced, I have to ask you, was there one destination that stood out the most for you?
So I think the one that maybe made the most impact would be Australia, in the sense that Australia is the complete opposite of where I'm from. I'm from Jamaica, tiny, tiny little island. Australia is like it's like it's a huge island, first of all. It's a continent, but it's also an island, and it takes the island experience from this sort of personal sized version to this, awe-inspiring version. And so that would be the most impactful. But I would say, from an architectural standpoint, because I was trained as an architect, I would say Cambodia, Angkor Wat would probably have been the most transformative mentally for me. Yeah.
That's wonderful. So many places to see and so many places to go. Siim, thank you so much, and we look forward to reading your book. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me.